Good afternoon. I'm discussing basic teaching in teaching methods in teaching higher education. Lecture methods are traditional and widely used. The lecture method involves the instructor delivering information to students in structured manner. It has also advantage efficient for covering the large amounts of material, allows for the expert knowledge to the shared directly. Also, challenge can be positive for student may not engage all learning styles. Discussion based learning. Discussion based learning instructor facilitate discussion, engage, encouraging students to actively engage with the material, ask questions, and share perspectives. Advantage promotes critical thinking, deeper understanding, and active learning. Challenge requires careful moderation to ensure all voices are heard and discussion remains on track. Problem-based learning. Problem-based learning students can learn by solving the world problems. Often, working in group plays encourage the application of knowledge. It has also advantage develops problem-solving skills for collaboration and connects theory to practice. Uh, it is time consuming to design and implement requires explains to be self-motivated. Case study method. The student analyze real or theoretical uh, scenarios related to the subject matter, discussing possible solutions or outcomes. Uh, Case study method encourages uh, application of concept, critical thinking, and practical understanding. Challenge finding the relevant case studies and can be difficult, may require the substantial class time. Flipped classroom. Students review lecture materials at home, often through videos, and class time is usual for exercise, subjects, or discussion. Maximize the class time of our active learning allows the students to learn at their own pace. It requires the access to technology. Students must be disciplined to prepare before class. Collaborative learning description. Students work together in groups to complete tasks, solve problems, or learn new concepts. Encourage teamwork, communication, and share responsibility for learning. Group dynamics can be challenging. Some students may contribute. Project-based learning, students work on okay. In project-based learning, students work on projects over extended period, applying the knowledge to create something tangible. It promotes the deep learning, creativity, and practical application of knowledge. Projects can be time-consuming and require significant resource. Experiential learning. Learning through the experience, often through internships, lab work, field trips, or simulations. Advantage provides hands-on experience on its academic learning to real-world situations. It requires challenges, it requires opportunities and resource for such experience may not cover all academic content. Technology enhanced learning, incorporating digital tools like online quiz simulation and educational software into teaching. Engage the students with interactive content, supports diverse learning styles, dependence on technology, potential for technical issues. Socratic method, teaching through questioning, where the instructor leads students to answer uh, to a series of guided questions, develops critical thinking and analytical skills. A challenge, it can be challenging for students unfamiliar with this method, requires skill questioning for the instructor. Uh, Group discussion, field visit, demonstration, question answer, practice course, problem solving, project methods, web sorting, case study, audio visual class, and this add methods for teaching higher education. Group discussion. Group discussion is collaborative learning techniques where all similar groups of students gather to discuss a particular topics, problem, or question under the guidance of facilitator or instructor. During a group discussion, participants share their ideas, perspectives, and knowledge, often leading to a deeper understanding of the subject matter. Preparing for the discussions and develop a clear goal for the discussion, problematize the topic, provide problem issues and concern. Select, select a discussion format. Think, pair, share, affinity mapping, job, talk, and other conversation structures. Choose a method to assign students group size, group assign, approach discussion time. Choose a debriefing method, summarize and synthesize. One third of the total discussion time need to make everyone in the group responsible. To encourage the student cross-team competition in team-based learning, conclude the discussion. Key characters collaborative involves active participant from all group members, encouraging the sharing of diverse viewpoints. Interactive students engage in the dialogue, debate, and exchange of ideas, which helps to clarify concept and build on each other's knowledge. Structure, typically guided by a facilitator or set of rules to ensure the discussion remains focused and productive, goal-oriented, and at reaching consensus, solving a problem, or deepening the understanding of the topics. Purpose. Group discussion are used to develop critical thinking, communication skills, and the ability to articulate and defend ideas. They can also effective for fostering teamwork and collaborative learning in higher education settings. Affinity mapping. Affinity mapping also affinity diagram, affinity grouping is brainstorming and organizational technique used to sort and categorize ideas, opinions, or data based on their natural relationship. It involves group-related concepts or items together to identify patterns, themes, or commonalities. Key characteristics: visual organization ideas are typically written on sticky notes and they place on the board or wall, allowing for easy movement and reorganization. Collaboration often done in a group setting where participants collectively organize the information, promoting the diverse perspective. Thematic grouping, similar ideas are clustered together and labels or categories are assigned to each group to represent the overarching theme. Purpose affinity mapping is used in various contexts, including project management, user experience design, and educational settings to make sense of large amounts of information, generate insight in priorities, uh, actions. It helps teams to see connection between ideas, organize thoughts logically, and make data-driven decisions. Field visit also field trip, educational activity where students or participants have leave the classroom or are leaving the environment to visit a specific location relevant to their course of study topics. The primary purpose is to observe, experience, and learn about the subject matter in a real world context. Decide destination, ask your administrator, arrange transportation, decide on the food plan, plan your schedule for the day, arrange supervisor, create permission slip, tie into your curriculum, have a communication plan in place. Key characteristics experiment and experiential learning relies hands on the experience and the direct observation of concept or phenomena being studied. Real world context help bridge the gap between the theoretical knowledge and practical application by exposing students to real life environment. Guided exploration often includes a structured agenda or specific learning objectives with guidance provided by instructor or expert in the field. Interactive encourage participants to ask questions, engage with the environment, and discuss observation with the peers and instructor. Purpose. Field visits are used in various disciplines such as science, geography, study, environmental studies, and business to enhance the understanding, reinforce classroom learning, and provide practical insight. They also help develop observational skills, critical thinking, and deeper appreciations of the subject matter. Demonstration. Our demonstration is teaching method where the instructor presenter shows uh, how to perform a task, use tool, or apply a concept step by step manner. It involves a practical display or exhibition of process techniques or experiment, allowing the learners to see how something is done before they attempt it themselves. Planning and preparation, introducing the lesson, presentation of the subject matter, demonstration, teaching aids, evaluation. Key characteristics are visual learning. The process of technique is usually presented, making it easier for learners to understand and follow step-by-step guidance. The demonstration is usually broken down into sequential steps with explanation provided for each step. Interactive often involves opportunities for learners to ask questions, seek clarification, or participate in the demonstration. Practical applications focus on the showing the practical application of the theoretical knowledge or skills. Question answers. The question answer teaching method is higher education is an interactive instructional approach where the instructor poses the questions to the students, encouraging them to think critically and engage actively in the learning process. This method helps to assess students' understanding, stimulate discussion, and reinforce key concept through direct participatory dialogue. Apple's techniques ask the question in group, pause for a while, pick up one, listen to him or evaluate him or practical work. Practical work is the higher education refers to hands-on learning activities that allow the students to apply the theoretical knowledge in real world or simulated environment. The method involves the experience, laboratory work, field work, and other experimental learning opportunities that enhance the understanding by engaging the students in active problem solving and skill development. Practical work is the crucial and disciplines like science, engineering, medicines, and arts, where the practical skills are as important as the theoretical knowledge. Safely decide how to minimize the risk and communicate risk students. You will need to know. what will happen during your practical lesson. Instruction, tell them what to do, show them what to do. Get students to work in groups of 2 or 3 before they start. Set the scene by the discussing prior warning. During the practical class, circulate around the class, solving and problems you encounter and focusing their attention on what you want to them to see and do. Students always take a long time to draw a results table in the graph. Don't afraid to give the them as a result table to complete and make sure your budget enough time. Make sure students know how to expect them to pick a back up. Give yourself enough time to discuss. Audiovisual ads are tools that combine both sounds and visual elements to enhance the teaching and learning process. These ads include the multimedia presentations, video, slides, models, charts, and other visuals or auditory materials that helps clarify concept, illustrates process, and engage students more effectively. By appealing to multiple sense, audiovisual aids can improve understanding, retention, and interest in the subject matter, making them a valuable resource in educational settings. Audio aids examples are radio tap records, uh, gramophone, linguophone, audio cassettes, language library. Visual examples are chart, black and while board maps, pictures, models, textbooks, slides, projectors, transparency, flash cards, print materials, etc. Audiovisual as examples are LCD project, film projector, TV, computer, VCD player, virtual classroom, multimedia, etc. Uh, Characteristics of audiovisual arts, relevancy, useful and purposeful teaching, accuracy, interest, minimizing the verbalism, comprehensibility, motivation. Case study method. The case study method is an instructional strategy. Students are presented with a real life or hypothetical scenario often involving the complex problem situation to analyze and discuss. This method encourages the critical thinking, problem solving, and application theoretical knowledge to a practical situation. Students work individually or in group exploring perspective, decisions, and purpose situation. The case study method is widely used in disciplines such as the business, law, medicine, and social science, where it helps the bridge the gaps between the theory and practice. Identify the problem to investigate, give context, have a clear rubric, provide a structure, and presenting the solution. Project work method. The project work method is an educational approach student engage in the in-depth exploration of a particular topics or flow over an extended period. This method involves planning, resource execution, and presentations, allowing the students to apply theoretical knowledge to real-world tasks. It emphasizes the active learning, critical thinking, creativity, and collaboration. Project work often culminates in a product report or presentation give students a sense of accomplishment and a deeper understanding of the subject matter. This method is widely used in various fields, including engineering, the science, education, and humanities. Creating the situation, providing a situation, choosing project, select of the projector, planning, carry out the project, executing, and recording the project report. Problem solving is a teaching and a learning approach that involves the guiding the students through the process of identifying, analyzing, and finding this solutions to complex or challenging issues. This method encourages the critical thinking, logical reasoning, and creativity as students are taken tasked with the understanding of problem, exploring possible solutions, and selecting the most effective one. In education, problem solving is used to develop students' ability to apply the knowledge in practical situations, fostering the independent thinking and decision-making skills across the disciplines such as mathematics, science, engineering, and social science. Explore the issue, state what is known, define the issue, resource the knowledge, investigate the solution, present and support student solution, review your performance. Web-based instruction. Web-based instruction is an educational approach that utilizes the internet and web technologies to deliver instructional content, facilitate learning activities, and support communication between instructor and students. The method includes the online courses, interactive tutorials, virtual classrooms, and other digital learning resources that can be accessed remotely. Web-based instruction often flexibility in learning, allowing the students to study at their own pace and often on their own schedule, while also enabling interactive multimedia enhanced instruction. It is widely used in higher education, professional development, and corporate learning. Computer-based instruction method, internet-based instruction, computer-assisted instruction, web-based instruction, computer-aided instruction, computer-based education, computer-managed instruction. Innovative teaching techniques in the higher education. Innovative teaching techniques in higher education refers to creative and modern approaches designed to enhance students' engagement, understanding, and learning outcomes. These techniques often uh, technology, active learning strategies, and interdisciplinary methods to create a more dynamic and effective educational experience. Some examples include flipped classroom. Students engage with lecture materials, videos, readings outside of the class, and use classroom time for discussion, problem solving, and hands-on activities. Blended learning combines traditional face-to-face instruction with online learning components, unlike flexible and personalized learning experience. Gamification, incorporating the game design, such as point, badge, and leaderboards into the learning process into increase motivation and engagement. Problem-based learning, PBL, students learn by actively solving real-world problems, encouraging the critical thinking, collaboration, and practical application of knowledge. Peer teaching, students teach each other under the supervision of the instructor. We can enhance understanding and communication skills. Project-based learning, students work on complex projects over an extended period, integrating multiple areas of knowledge and skills to produce a final product or solution. Use of virtual reality and augmented reality. This technology provides the immersive learning experience, allowing the student to explore environment or concept in a more interactive and engaging way. Collaborative learning encourages the students to work together in small groups to achieve common goals, promoting teamwork, communication, and shared knowledge. Uh, Massive open online course. These are online courses that are accessible to a large number of students worldwide, offering the flexible learning opportunities with high quality content. Case-based learning. Students learn by analyzing real world case, encouraging the application of the theoretical knowledge to practical situations. Constructive pedagogy, personalized learning, flipped classroom, jigsaw, cooperative learning, and keyword codes. A constructive classroom is a educational environment where the learning is viewed as an active constructive process. In this setting, the students are encouraged to build their own understanding and knowledge of the world through experience and reflecting the experience rather than being passive recipient of information. Students actively engage their content collaboration with peers and participate in hands-on activities. Uh, Student-centered learning, the focus in the students' learning process rather than the teachers' delivery content. Students are given autonomy to explore topics and questions and direct their own learning. Active learning, students actively participate in their learning process through discussion, project problem solving, and hands-on activities. Learning is seen as the process of construction where the students build on their prior knowledge. Collaborative learning, the students work together in groups to explore concepts, solve problems, and construct knowledge. Collaboration is encouraged as a way to share ideas and perspectives. For real-world relevance, learning activities are often designed to connect with a real-world situation and problems, making the learning experience more meaningful and applicable to the students' lives. Inquiry-based learning. The students are encouraged to ask questions, explore, and investigate. Teachers guide students through their inquiry process, helping them develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Reflective thinking. Students are encouraged to reflect on their learning experience, helping them to internalize and understand the concept they are studying. Teacher as facilitator. The teacher role shifts from being the primary source of knowledge to being a facilitator who supports and guides students in their learning journey. The teacher provides resource, asks probing the questions, and encourages the student to think deeply and independently. A flexible curriculum. The curriculum is often adaptable, allowing for exploration of topics that interest and students and are relevant to their learning needs. It is not strictly bound to a set syllabus, but is dynamic and responsive. Big concept, student question, primary data source, students as thinker, teachers as mediators. Big concept need the breakdown of the big concepts. Constructive knowledge is constructed by learners as they attempt to make a sense of their experience. Universal Design for Learning, UDL. Universal Design for Learning is an institutional framework that aims to optimize teaching and learning for all students by providing multiple means of engagement, representation, and action expression. UDL is based on the idea that on the size fits all approach to teaching does not accommodate the diverse needs, preference, and strengths of all learners. Instead, UDL promotes the flexibility and adaptability in instruction to support every student's learning experience. Key principal UDLs, multiple means of UDL, but to motivate and sustain student interest in learning, offer choice in how students learn and demonstrate their knowledge, provide varying levels of challenge, and use different methods to capture students' attention and foster motivation. Multiple means of representation to provide the diverse ways of the students to access and understand the content. Strategies present the information in multiple formats, text, audio, video, use visual aids and graphics organizers and provide alternative explanation and examples to ensure all students can comprehend the materials. uh, multi, multiple means of action and expression to for the various ways for students to demonstrate that they know and how they learn this. Allow the students to express their understanding through the different methods, example, writing, speaking, drawing, provide tools and resources to support various types of responses and offer different ways to manage and organize their work. Benefits of UDL ensures that all the students, including those with disabilities or learning differences, have equal access to learning opportunities. Flexibility accommodates diverse learning styles and preferences, making it easier for students to engage with the materials. Improve learning outcomes by offering multiple ways to engage with content and demonstrate understanding. UTL can enhance students' performance and satisfaction, provide multiple means of engagement, provide multiple means of representation, provide means of action and expression. Flipped classroom. The flipped classroom is a structural strategy where the teaching methods are inverted. Uh, Instead of introducing the new content in class, assigning the practice as a homework, students first engage with the new materials outside the class, typically through the pre-recorded lectures, readings, or online resource. Classroom time is then used for active learning activities such as discussion, problem solving, and hands-on exercise, where the students can apply the knowledge they have acquired. Key features on the pre-classroom, pre-class learning. Students review the instructional materials, videos, articles before the coming to class. Goal: ensure that students are prepared with foundational knowledge, so class time can be dedicated to deeper exploration and application. Active learning, active learning in class. Activities engage in interactive exercise, group work, case studies, and discussion that reinforce and apply the materials. Teachers' role act as the facilitators, providing the support, answering questions, and guiding the students through the complex concept. Increased engagement, students have more opportunities for hands-on practice and immediate feedback. Classroom time becomes more dynamic and focused on active learning rather than passive learning. Flexibility, content delivery. Students can access and review the materials at their own pace, which can accommodate different learning styles and schedules. Assessment and feedbacks. Formative teachers can use class time to assess students' understanding through informal quiz, discussion, and activities. Immediate provides students with real-time feedback on their comprehension and application of the materials. This is the traditional lecture and homework activities. This is the flipped lecture classroom activities. Types of blending the learning. Students are introduced to content at home and practice working through it at school. This is the reverse of the more common practice of the introducing new content at school, then assigning the homework and projects to complete by the students independently at home. What explains to the flipped classroom was pre-recorded lecture videos. Students might watch uh, instruction videos or recorded lecture that introduce the core concept of the lesson. These videos can be created by the instructor or source from educational platforms like mm, different channels. Yeah, read assigning text or articles. They may be asked to read the chapters from the textbook, academic articles, case studies, other relevant texts that can be lesson topics. Review the presenters, slides, notes. Students could provide PowerPoint, slides, lecture notes, and summarize that they need to review before the coming to class. Complete online quiz and assessment to ensure the understanding. Students might take short quiz, complete online exercise, or answer questions related to the content they are engaged with at home. Participate in the online discussion or forums. Instructor might encourage students to participate in online discussion forums or group chats to discuss the content, share insight, or ask questions before the in-person class. Engage with the interactive simulation or tutorials. Students may interact with online simulation, virtual labs, or tutorials that allow them to explore concept in a hands-on manner. Complete guided uh, worksheets or problem sets. Students could work on the guided worksheets, problem sets, or case studies that require them to apply the concept they have learned from the videos or readings. Reflective journals, reflective journals. Some instruction might ask the students to maintain the reflective journals where they down their thoughts, questions, or insight about the materials they reviewed. Prepare question or discussion points. Student might be asked with the preparing the questions or discussion points about the matters to bring the class visually. then be addressed during the in-class activities. Collaborate group projects or assignments. If the lesson is a part of a larger project, students might collaborate online with their peers to advance their groups or prepare a presentation or develop solution to assign the problems. Explore supplementary resource. Students might be encouraged to explore additional resources like podcasts, webinars, or websites that provide a deeper insight into the lesson topics. Watch online lectures, videos, provided text, review online course material, read physical or digital text, participate in the online discussion, perform the research. Benefits of flipped classroom: enhanced learning allows for more meaningful interaction with the material and better application of concept. Increase engagement, make classroom time more interactive and engaging, the promoting deeper learning. Personalized instruction provides the opportunity for more tailored support and feedback, as the teachers can focus on addressing the individual need during class. Classroom will replace the active interaction, not passive listening. Driving the role of teacher will be that to mentor or coach as a purpose, opposed to a lecture based writer and grader. A learner need to personally connected to the topics students engage is the key to learning. Lectures still have a place and can be more effective if given in the right context, such as after, not before. Students have explored something on their own and developed their own questions and needs to know. Challenges students preparation. It requires students to engage with pre-class materials consistently, which may not always happen. Access to technology relies on students having access to the necessary technology and internet for pre-class materials. Cooperative learning language. Cooperative language learning is a part of more general instruction approach, also known as the collaborative learning. Cooperative learning is an approach to teaching that makes maximum use of cooperation activities involves with the peers and a small group of learners in the classroom. Think peer share. Personalized learning. The personalized learning is an educational approach that the instruction in resource and learning experience to meet the individual needs, interests, and abilities of each student. The goal is to create a more customized learning experience that accommodates the diverse learning styles and pace, thereby enhancing each student's ability to succeed and engage with the material. Learning can tailor. This teaching strategy places more responsibility on the students with the less direct instruction from the teachers and more discovery-based methods and from the students. It allows the student decide where and what the place work through the material. It is a personalized learning, learner-centered approach, individual goal. Students have the input into their learning objectives and pathways along that pursue topics of personal interest and relevance. Adapted resource, instructional materials and methods are adjusted based on their individual needs and preference. Flexible learning paths pace students can progress through the materials at their own speed, spending more time on challenging topics and moving quickly through areas of strength. Modes of learning incorporates various formats such as online resource, hands-on activities, and collaborative projects to accommodate their learning styles. Data-driven decision assessment, regular formative assessment, and data collection help track the students' progress and inform the instructional adjustment. Feedback provides the personalized feedback that helps students understand their strengths and areas of improvement. Student agency allows the students to make the choice about their learning activities, projects, and even assessment methods, fostering a sense of ownership and motivation. Self-paced learning encourages self-directed learning, where the students set personal goals and manage their learning pace. Technology integration, digital tools utilize the educational technology such as the learning
management systems, adaptive softwares, and online resource to support personalized learning experience. Data analytics employs technology to track the progress and provide the insights that inform personalized instruction. Benefits of personalized learning, increase engagement, tailored learning for each of the students' interests and need can increase the motivation and engagement. Improved, improved outcomes allows for more effective support and intervention, which can lead to the better academic performance and mastery of skills. Enhanced skills development supports the development of the self-regulation, goal setting, and other essential skills by allowing students to take an active role in their learning process. Intensive requires significant time, effort, and resource to implement effectively, including the access to technology and ongoing professional development for educators. Consistency, ensuring that the personalized learning approaches are equitable and provide all students with the necessary supports can be challenging. Jigsaw. Jigsaw is the Indian educational strategy used to promote cooperative learning and deepen understanding of topic by having the students work together in small groups. This method involves dividing a topic into several segments, with each segments assigned to a different group of students. Each group becomes experts on their segments and then shares their ideas, knowledge with the rest of the class. Are tried and trusted cooperative learning techniques that allows students to create their own learning. Students are divided into groups and each group is given different pieces of information that they have to learn sufficiently to teach to another groups. This allows the students to become experts in what they have learned as they teach others. Group when if every group has learned their information, they are arranged into new groups made up to now a number of each group or the small groups like jigsaw of different information piece coming together into each new group. Each member then shares what they have learned, bringing the lessons to life and enabling the students to create their own learning by engaging with other one another and materials. Key features of the jigsaw matrix are division of content. The materials is divided into smaller manageable sections or pieces with each groups responsible for one segment. Expert groups. Each group studies their assigned segments and becomes proficient in that specific area. Group collaboration. Home groups. Students work in their assigned groups to learn and discuss their segments of the content. Expert groups. Students may also meet with the members of from other groups who have the same segment to collaborate and refine their understanding before teaching the others. Teaching orders after mastering their segments, students return to their original home groups and teach their peers about their segments, contributing to a comprehensive understanding of the entire topics. Integration and synthesis, collaborative learning. Each student's contribution helps build a complete picture of topic and the group members learn from each other's expertise. Benefits of this method, active participation, engage all the students actively in learning and teaching, which can enhance the understanding and retention of the material. Cooperative learning fosters teamwork, communication, and collaboration skills as the students work together to achieve a common goal. Increase engagement, encourage students to take responsibility for their learning and learning of their peers. Implementation steps divide the topics, break down the subject into distinct segments or sections. From the expert groups, assign each group different segments to study, become experts on study and collaborate. All this time to learn and discuss their segments. Expert groups may meet to refine their knowledge. Teach and share have the each groups their own groups teach their segments and integrate the information with rest of the groups. Synthesizing discuss facilitates a class discussion or activity to help students synthesize the information and understand the complete topics. QR codes. In higher education, QR codes enhance teaching and learning by providing the quick assessment of resource and interactive elements, checking the answers, voting during the discussion, supplementing the textbooks in information, getting the survey data, assessing the video tutorials, sharing their knowledge with peers. Application of QR codes, access to course materials, syllabus, and readings, link to QR codes to digital copies of course syllabus and reading materials or lecture notes, allowing the students to easily access the important documents. A supplementary resource provide links to additional resources such as academic articles, videos, online literature relevant to the course. Interactive lectures and activities in class resource use the QR codes to give the students instant access to the interactive content such as the polls, quiz, or discussion forums during the lectures. Scavenger hunts, design educational scavenger hunts where students scan QR codes placed around the classroom or campus to uncover clues and solve the problems. Assignments and assessments, submission links, embed QR codes in handouts or on the assignment sheets that direct students to online submission portals or detailed instruction. Student feedbacks in link QR codes to feedback forms or peer review systems where the students can quickly provide or receive feedbacks or assignments. Enhanced communication announcement use the QR codes in course uh, announcements to link to adapts, schedules, or additional instruction. Contact information provide QR codes that link to the structured contact details or office hours for easy access. Library and resource library access in the QR codes to library and database, journals, articles, or research guides to facilitate access to academic resource. Citation tools use QR codes to link to citation guides or tools that help the students properly reference source. Students engagement and collaboration group projects generate QR codes that links to shared documents or collaboration platforms for group projects, making it easier for the students to collaborate online. Event information use QR codes to provide details about academic events, workshops, or guest lectures. Course feedbacks and surveys and evaluation in link QR codes to course evaluation or surveys or feedback forms to gather students' opinions and improve the learning experience. Participation encourage students to scan QR codes to participate in real-time surveys or polls during the class. Benefits using the QR codes in higher education. Convenience simplifies access to digital resource and tools, reducing the need for students to manually enter URLs or search for information. Engagement enhance interactive and dynamic learning experience, making the coursework more engaging and participatory. Efficiency streamlines the distribution of information and resource, making it easier for both instructor and student to manage and access contents. Implementation ensure the accessibility, provide alternative access options for students who may not have the necessary technology to scan QR codes, test QR codes, verify that all the QR codes are functioning correctly and lead to the intended content before distributing them. Provide instruction, include a clear instruction on how to use the QR codes and ensure that students understand, access, or utilize the linked content. Uh, Key component lesson plan and lesson notes. Lesson plan or lesson notes for higher education typically include the keys. These components ensure that the lesson is always organized, meets educational objectives, and effectively engage students. Information about the class objectives, necessary instruction materials, activities, and assessment strategies. Lesson title reflected focus on the lesson. Course information, course name, codes, identify the course which actually belongs, instructor name, include the instructor name, class section, specify the section, date, time, and the date and time of the lesson, course information. Learning objectives clearly define the statements about what the students should know, understand, and are able to that in the lesson. This should be the specific measurable achievement that it is smart. prerequisite information about the students need to know the before and lesson. This could include the peer knowledge, skills, and representative assignments. Materials and resource, list of the materials, resource, or the equipment needed for the lessons, such as the textbook, hands-out, multimedia software, and lab equipments. Introduction, a brief look of the students' interest. They include the summary of the lesson and relevance that provide question and brief review of previous materials. Lesson content, main points of topics, detailed breakdown of the content to cover, organized in the logical sequence. Teaching methods, the strategies approach you will use the teach and the content such as the lectures, discussion, case studies, or group work. Activities, interactive components like database simulation, problem solving experience, or lab work that facilitate learning. Assessment, formative assessment methods engage students' understanding during the lesson, such as the questioning, quiz, or group discussion. Summative assessment, assignment, test, or project that assess the students' understanding after the lessons. Time management, a detailed timeline indicating how many time will be allocated to each sections of the lesson, ensuring that the plan can be executed within the available class periods. Conclusion, summarize the key points of the lessons, reinforce of the learning objectives, and provide a pre-review of the next lesson. This may also include brief questions and answers about discussion, clarify remaining doubts, reference a list of academic resource textbook, articles, materials, and use prepared lesson, and students are referred to further reading, homework and assignments, and tasks, projects that students are expected to complete after the lesson, and referencing and material learned, reflect reflection notes, space that instructor to reflect on the what went will, what would you be improve future lesson. This might be filled after the lesson is taught. Uh, assessment of the purpose of think and assessment summative and is the mostly done in the end of the unit of the work. Assessment for the assessment for learning happens during the lesson and more than assessment in the after, also known as the formative. Learning is the through the process students and able to learn about themselves as learners and become the aware of how they learn through them peer review and teachers. Types of assessment, formative assessment as a learning continuous assessment provides a regular feedback to the learners for the improvement. Diagnostic helps to diagnose the specific learning problems of the learners. It helps diagnose the social, intellectual, pedagogical problems of the learner. Summative assessment of learning check the attainment of the learning conducted for the providing the grade to the learner. Decision-oriented evaluation. Using a rubrics and better assessment, rubrics are a powerful tool for enhancing the assessment in higher education. They provide a clear structured framework for evaluating students' work, making the assessment process more transparent and consistent and fair. A define in clear criteria, breakdown of the assignment, identify the components of the criteria assessment tasks that need to assess. For example, in the resource paper, criteria might include thesis clarity, argument development, evidence quality, and adherence to the formative guidelines. Align with the learning objectives, ensure that the criteria reflect learning objectives of the course or assignment. This as a alignment helps to reinforce the skills and knowledge you want students to develop the performance levels, create descriptive levels, establish the levels of performance for each criteria, often ranging from excellent to poor and exemplary, proficient, satisfactory, needs improvement. Each of the levels should have a clear description that differentiates it from the others. Use the specific language that is description should be specific and measurable. Avoid vague items. Instead, describe what excellent work should be compared and average work. Involve students in the process. Share Rubrics only provide students with the rubric when you assign the task. This helps them understand how they will be evaluated and what is expected of them. Engage in rubric development in some cases, involving the student in the creation or revision of the rubric can increase their understanding of the assessment process. And by use the rubrics for formative and summative assessment. Formative assessment use the rubrics during the learning process to give the students feedback on their progress. This helps students identify areas for improvement before the final assessment. Summative assessment apply the rubrics for the final evaluation of the students' work. This ensures that the grading is consistent and based on predetermined criteria. Ensures consistency and objectivity. Standardized grading rubrics helps to minimize subjective bias by providing a clear framework for grading. This particularly useful when multiple instructor or teaching assistants are grading the same assignments. Calibrate scoring. If multiple graders are involved, conduct calibration sessions to ensure that the everyone interprets the rubric consistently. Provide the detailed feedbacks, annotate the rubric, and in addition, assign a score. Use the rubrics to provide a specific feedback in the comment section. This helps students understand why they receive a particular score and how they can improve. Highlight the strengths and weakness. Use the rubrics to clarify, clearly communicate what students did well and where they need to focus their efforts for improvements. Use the rubrics to enhance self-assessment and peer assessment. Encourage self-assessments. Have the students use the rubrics to assess their own work before the submission. This practice can help them identify gaps in make revision before the final submission. Facilitate peer assessment. Students can also use rubrics to assess each other's work, which promotes a critical thinking and deeper understanding of criteria. Review and reverse rubrics regularly. Reflect on effectiveness after using the rubric, reflect on its effectiveness, were the criteria clear, did the rubric help students achieve the learning objectives, collect the feedbacks from the students, and adjust the rubrics necessary, update as needed as course evolve. Rubrics should be updated to reflect new learning objectives, assignment, and expectation. Use digital tools, uh, tech, leverage technology. Many learning management systems like Canvas, Blackboard, and Moodle are built a tool creating and using rubrics. These tools can streamline the grading process and make it easier to provide feedback. Enhance transparency and communication. Clarify the expectations. Rubrics can make expectation explicit, helping the students understand exactly what is required for each level of performance. Facilitate dialogue. Rubrics can serve as a starting point for discussion between the instructor and the students about grades, performance, and areas for improvement. Rubrics for speaking in English, this vocabulary uh, pronunciation. Rubrics and its components. Rubrics and its components. The rubric is the scoring tool is the assess to students' performance based upon the specific of the area criteria. The characteristics of the performance example, thesis statement, and evidence levels of performance degree to which the student expected to meet the given criteria exceeded expectation, meet the expectation, did not meet the expectation, descriptors, specific explanation linked to the each criteria and level out of performance. Okay, I'm discussing about basic teaching method in higher education level. Thanks for watching. Thank you for your question. Let us know. Bye bye. See you again.